I made a boo-boo again. See, I did the same thing I did last time. And I didn't go off mute. So let me just stop. Yep, that's it. It's much better. I fixed that. I fixed the issue now. So I'm back on this channel. So let's get on with the show. Like I mentioned earlier, I did the high-low video. So I did the high-low video. I did that earlier. So please go check that out on my channel. It's out there. I did it a few hours ago, and it's all done. I fixed the technical issue. I had to log off and log back in. So it's finally fixed that muted issue. For some reason, I unmute it, and then it just goes on mute whenever I press live. And it's just an issue that I've been dealing with for a while. I don't know what it is. I need to possibly reconnect everything, and that's what I need to get into doing. But yeah, let's get into it now. So 3 highs, 3 lows. Dropped that earlier. The positives, the negatives on the Man U and Forest game. That video will explain it all, but please like, share, comment, and subscribe anyway, and you'll be notified every time I drop a new video. I did mention that I'll be going regularly live on a Sunday like I have today. I just spontaneously went live, and that's what I'm planning to do. Also, West Ham are beating Newcastle at the moment. They're winning 2-1. Well, hey, go West Ham, I suppose. West Ham needs that win. But let's get into what I want to discuss. And the game yesterday. What did you guys think? Because I thought it was not our best game. I thought we were all over this place, especially defensively. Defensively, we were just poor, especially with the second goal. Because Dalot just, I don't know whether you guys watched the highlights again or watched the game, but Dalot just stood there. Didn't do nothing, didn't even come forward, didn't even expect the ball to come to him. And that is poor defending. And maybe if he had reacted a bit sooner, that second goal probably would have been prevented. You never know. But it was a lapse of 3 minutes? I think we just started the second half. We totally collapsed for them 3 minutes, and then somehow got headed back into the game, went out, and we did what we had to do to get that draw. We just kept going out. Ahmed luckily got that goal. That was the main thing. Just getting that goal and getting that draw and fighting back and pushing and just trying to create chance after chance just to get that equalizer. We got it. So it's not like we were last season where as soon as the opposition went ahead, we used to fall back and just lose the plot and just concede goals. And we had that a few times. I think it was the Brentford game where we had that. The Grimsby game, we were poor. So it's just been an up and down roller coaster kind of season for us. And luckily, there's been a lot of results that have been going our way, especially with Liverpool losing so many on the bounce. They obviously won yesterday. They beat Villa 2-0. So with them losing so much on the bounce and everything else that's been going on, it's been a crazy up and down season. I am going to show you the Premier League table shortly. So in order for me to show you the Premier League table, I need to see what happens in today's games. And at the moment, West Ham are beating Newcastle. So that's still 2-1 in the 59th minute. So that will affect a few things in the table, but not so much for us because both teams are underneath us. I think if Newcastle would have won, it might have been a whole different ball game. But at the moment, West Ham are winning. So, that still don't get them out the relegation zone. They're still there. But I want to speak on this guy because the last 15 minutes, he was just adamant about scoring, and he finally got that goal. He finally did what he had to do. And that volley was class. The volley was class. I nearly got the winner towards the end. It was just cleared off the line. But Ahmad has been really up and down this season for us. The first few games, he was pretty poor. And then when he come back, I think he went away because he had that death in the family. Then he come back and last few games, he's been really brilliant. And then yesterday, he had his moments. Some moments were up, some moments were down. And I felt like out of all the players on the field that on the pitch that deserved that goal, it was Ahmad. Ahmad just absolute class. Yeah, Ahmad was absolute class. I wish he had like really scored and be the one, but yeah, it is what it is. Can't knock it. Elliot Anderson as well. Elliot Anderson. There's a reason why we won him. He was absolutely superb yesterday. Better than Baleba when we played Brighton. He was way better than Baleba. He seems like the player that we would have in our team. Just don't want to pay 100 million for him. That's all. He's somebody that I would have in our team. I just don't want to pay 100 million. But we were lucky yesterday, and I felt like we didn't really deserve that draw, but we got that draw. And the team fought to get that draw. Let's move on to what I did on Wednesday. So on Wednesday, I woke up and had a day off work. My missus' appointments were cancelled, so I thought, let's do something. My little one's become a big United fan over the past few months. He got into football pretty much towards the end of last year. This year, he's starting to get into football a bit more, and he's a big United fan like me. So what we did, or what me and his mom decided to do, was take him down to Old Trafford and take him on the tour, let him see the trophies, make him go to the museum, and we bumped into somebody while we were there. Gary Neville. Yep, Gary Neville was there. We went onto the pitch through the tunnel. Not the actual pitch, but the side of the pitch. Went onto the side of the pitch, came out through the tunnel, and we walked up, and we were told to hold back a bit because someone was being interviewed. The tour guide didn't even know what was going on. And then we bump into this guy. And we were just waiting till he finished what he had to do. But then he just stopped the interview, came over to us and started chatting to us. He showed us the medal that he's got, the Hall of Fame 2025 medal. So he showed us that. We got, obviously I took that picture. There was too many of us for him to hang around and take a picture with us each, but he did have a little conversation with us and seemed like a nice bloke. Regarding all the controversy and everything that's going on, he just seemed like a nice bloke. And it's good. It was good that he was there. Of all people, it was nice to see that we can bump into him, and nice to just have a few moments of his time. It was amazing. And the fact that he'd made time for us was great, because after we did what we had to do, he waited around, and then he went inside and to carry on being interviewed. I think it was one of them one of them interviews on the field, just talking about his Hall of Fame medal, which he's there in the picture that I've taken. I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to show it. I'm just showing it because I did see him, but I'm not even sure if I'm allowed to show it. But it was nice to meet. I know there's a lot of people think he's this, he's that, and a lot of people that do like him. I've got no issue with him. And I think he was really down to earth and really great to have a conversation with. So can't really knock it too much. There's me where the players sit. So my partner took this picture of me just standing there. It was great. I got the tour guide as well, which I've got right here. Wrong way around. So you got the tour guide right there. Museum and Stadium Tour, souvenir guide. So it was pretty great. Hang on, let me just try it. Get my face back. There you go. Instead of blurring it out. It was pretty great. It was a pretty great day. We went round the corner, get some food as well, come back and finished off in the museum. The museum, all the trophies, all the cabinets. It was nice to see my little one do that, all the history, everything that they showed that was there, the medals, and he was in awe. And he went from everything from when United first started to who the current manager is. There's a picture of Ruben Amorim there as well. It was a great tour to be on, but it was nice to see Gary Neville doing his thing. So it was nice to see Gaz doing his thing and stop off to get pictures. Okay, so Mbumo nominated for Player of the Month in the Premier League, or did he win? Seems like he won it. So he seems to have won the Player of the Month. There he is there with his trophy. And I think he deserved that. By far, he's been our best player. By far, he's been our best player. And he thoroughly deserved getting that trophy that he's there carrying. And I want to know who's going to win the Manager of the Month, because I know Ruben Amorim was nominated for that, and I think he deserved it from the month that he had in October. But Mbumo definitely deserved that Player of the Month for October. He scored 5 goals in 10 games for us. He's been exceptional. He's been brilliant. I can't really knock anything he's done. I wish he had played a lot better yesterday, but I guess he never. But it was nice to say, congratulations, well done. And it's nice to see him win a thoroughly deserved Player of the Month. Okay, getting on to a couple of more things quickly. But before I do, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you just tuned in, hit the notification bell. Try and get as much subscribers as I can. I'm on the road to 500. I want at least 500. But I know I'm not going to get that by the end of the year, no matter how much I try. But I want at least 500. So if you're just tuning in, just subscribe, shoot off. See ya, do your thing. Watch you later. That's it. There was a thing come out about, I don't know if you guys saw it on David Ornstein's page, but there was a thing about Rasmus Hojlund. And with Rasmus, Man United have given Napoli the green light to trigger their buy option. In January. So Rasmus might be on his way out, definitely in January. I think we were waiting for the summer, but I think they want him sooner than that. He's got off to a flying start over there. Same as McTominay. McTominay went off to a flying start over there. Obviously, I did do a video last week about McTominay not being happy. And West Ham have just scored a 3rd goal. Nope, offside. Is that offside? Looks like it's offside. Yeah, I really thought West Ham had scored a 3rd goal then, but it was offside. But yeah, it was nice. Just was it offside? Sorry, guys, I'm just trying to catch whether this was offside or not. Doesn't look like it. I don't know. Seems really close. I'll let them decide that. But let's get on to Hojlund. So the Danish striker currently in Serie A are expected to make the move permanent, marking the end of his short Old Trafford chapter. United, meanwhile, plan to explore the market for a new forward. This was a few days ago when I seen this. And yeah, man, it was good. It's good that he's going and we're making some more money to bring in to buy some players in January, probably in the summer. Likely, I think we're going to probably shop a bit more in the summer than we are going to in January. I think there'll be more chance of us getting players in the summer than it is in January. But at least we know Napoli is on his way. At least we know Napoli is going to buy Hojlund, and Hojlund's on his way out and he's not going to return. So there is that. And I wish him the best. So that's one down. I don't think anyone's really going to buy Sancho. It's the last year of Sancho's contract, so Sancho can bye-bye. We're not going to, I don't think we're even interested in extending it for a year. What's the point? And then we've got as well Rashford. So Rashford is another player who I weren't sure Barca were going to take him, but apparently they've sat down and had discussions on what's going to happen. and what the deal is or what deal they can smash out. So I think that's the next phase. So with everything that's going on with Lamel as well, with all that groin injury and everything that's happening and all the drama off the pitch that he's currently going through, it might seem like a good signing just to get Rashford in case they need somebody on the wing, because he can play on both sides. So it might be worth getting him. But it looks, chances are that he's probably going to be moving to Barcelona now permanently, which is probably a good thing, I suppose. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Sorry about that. I was just fixing something on there. Apologize. But this game has been quite interesting, actually. This West Ham and Newcastle game that I've got on. It's just in the background, so I just got it on in the background. I think City play next, but I did want to get into the Premier League table as well now. So let's get into the Premier League table and the fixtures. So yesterday, Brighton, Leeds 3-0. Brighton absolutely pulverized them. Arsenal 2-0. Gyökeres with the goal as well, so he got a goal. Palace beat Brentford. Mateta, who's in my dream team, got a goal. Actually, it was offside, just offside. But Crystal Palace beat Brentford 2-0. You also had Wolves getting hammered. Wolves are going to go down. There's no question about it. Wolves are definitely going down, losing 3-0 against Fulham. Absolute madness. They're definitely going to go, and championship it is for them. There was the game there, Forest and us drawing 2-2. Chelsea beating Spurs. Ja Pedro, great result for Chelsea, not so much for Spurs. Spurs are still in the top half of the table. I think they're still above us. But that wasn't a good result for Spurs. But at least we've got them next, and we're hoping that we can beat them as well. And Liverpool back to winning ways against Villa. Salah with the first goal. Ekitike had a goal disallowed. So at least, well, not at least. Sadly, Liverpool are back on winning terms. There is Gravenberch scored the second. And you got today's game where it's West Ham 2 and Forest 1. Was that offside again? Offside again. West Ham just can't keep onside. Let's get over to the Premier League table. So this is a live Premier League table because we got games going on at the moment. Premier League. There we are. Get onto that again. I seem to have a few issues with loading up these Premier League tables for some reason. Got it. So Arsenal still on top with 25 points. Bournemouth, I think, Bournemouth played today, and they play against Man City. So we'll find out about that later. Will Bournemouth close the gap on Arsenal? Will Arsenal extend the lead? 7 points gap at the moment. If Bournemouth do win, the gap closes to 4 points. You got Liverpool back up to third after their 2-0 win yesterday. There's Spurs there. They lost 1-0, but they're still in fourth. Chelsea have moved up to fifth, so they've moved above us. And Sunderland have moved and slipped down to sixth. United have slipped down to seventh, so we're seventh in the table. If Man City win, they're above us, and we'll probably be finishing eighth for the weekend. If Man City lose, we stay in seventh above City. And there's literally between first and 11th, 4 points. First and 11th, 4 points. That's how up and down topsy-turvy is at the moment. And we got 4th place Spurs next week, which will be a tough game. But let's look at the games that are happening next week and see how that will affect all the results. Okay. So we got the early kickoff, the 12:30 kickoff against Spurs. Everton and Fulham. You got West Ham and Burnley. Sunderland and Arsenal. That'll be a tough game. The form that Sunderland are in, but Arsenal defense is really good. You got Chelsea and Wolves. That should be an easy win for Chelsea. Easy win. I'll be surprised if Wolves win that one. On the Sunday, you got Villa and Bournemouth. That'll be, I reckon that'll be a tough game for both sides. Brentford and Newcastle will be a tough game. Crystal Palace and Brighton. Ooh, that's the game that I am actually looking forward to. Want to see who wins that one. You got Forest and Leeds. And City and Liverpool. Now, that's the game that everybody needs to watch. I might even do a live for that one. 4:30 on a Sunday, Man City versus Liverpool. So that's going to be a crazy-ass game. So I'm definitely going to tune in for that one. But that brings me to the end of my live stream. I've discussed everything that I needed to discuss. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Hopefully, I can improve at these and give you better quality live streams. Because at the moment, it's like I plan it all. I discuss what I need to talk about, and everything is in place for it. And then I just sometimes stutter over my words and not get the point across. And after when I log off, I'm like, wish I'd said this. Wish I'd said that. But, it is what it is. I'll improve. It's my 3rd live stream. I'm going to do one next week. I might even live stream the Man City Liverpool game next week also. So thanks for tuning in, and I really appreciate it. I'm definitely got another video dropping in a little while called the player ratings. So that one's going to come up later today. I've got a video dropping tomorrow morning. Well, tomorrow afternoon. Yep, tomorrow afternoon. I've got a video dropping. So that's enough of me. I'm going to log out, but thanks for tuning in. West Ham are winning 2-1 in the 78th minute. So that's nearly done. And I'll see you on the next one. Thank you.